There you have it. The top secret studio. That's where we find ourselves right now, and who knows where that location is, but I can tell you where the location is. It is a party. My name is Carson, and I'm one of your hosts here at CAMBIO Live today. I'm also a proud user of the app, building my credit right alongside you, and I'm so glad that you've joined us for the first CAMBIO Live of 2023. Before I go on, I'm going to contextualize a little bit of what we're doing here today, but I want to introduce you to your co-host. He is the most handsome man on this side of the globe. His name is Blesson Abraham. I'm a little biased. I think he's a stud. I also think that you kind of know what you're doing in this game of rebuilding your credit. Blesson, Happy New Year. How are you doing?
Happy New Year, Carson.
Yeah, man.
What a wonderful start to the new year, right? Give some money away, give some tips.
Yeah, dude. And I think, you know, like, it really grounds us in why we do what we do every time we get to be back here taking questions live from people.
Yeah, excited.
So, yeah. That being said, if you're here today and you're hanging out in our chat room, be sure to send some questions because the whole value of this time is the undivided attention of the founder and the CEO. And so if you have a question for Blesson, be sure to get those sent in the chat. We'd also love to hear at any point, like, if you're willing to share your financial goals for 2023, that's something that we would totally rally behind you on. So anything you send, we would love to have some conversation about, but you've got a few minutes before we get to that segment. Be thinking about it, though, and be forward-facing. So to start us out, why a New Year live stream? Well, in about 2010, the University of Scranton conducted a study, and I don't know about you, but when I think of the University of Scranton, I think about The Office. So if anyone else is thinking about The Office, bonus points, I guess. They derived that 92% of New Year's resolutions fail. And if you want to be in the part of the 8% that wins, that sees through their resolutions, there's a few steps that we can take together as a community. Blesson's going to elaborate on this later too, but let's start just by cutting our resolutions in half, because let's be real, we're always a little over-ambitious as people. And it's better to start with a smaller resolution and exceed it and take on a secondary one later than it is to feel like a failure out the gate. Second, when you're thinking about your resolutions, be sure to take them in bite-sized pieces, whether that's 1 week or 1 month at a time, maybe 1 day at a time. Think about your financial goals or your personal goals and how to take them in tiny strides. Lastly, learn how to gamify them. Learn how to incentivize your New Year's resolutions, because people were 3 times as likely to crush their goals when there was some element of fun. And so for me, it's learning how to save $200 a month. And I told myself that if I can put $200 into my savings every month, that I'm going to allow myself and my wife to go out to Taco Bell after midnight 1 time, right? So I don't know, that's going to look different for you. Find a way to gamify it, find a way to make it fun. But Blesson, as we think about being in the new year together, 2022 was a big year for CAMBIO as a community. And 2023, we're looking forward and seeing just the rise of a ton of innovation, right? ChatGPT and AI. I don't know if you've done any of those apps where they make like a portrait of you and you use a selfie. Way too fun. And I think with all this tech, there's ways that we can integrate it to help grow this community. What are your thoughts for the CAMBIO community going forward in 2023?
Yeah, you know, one of the biggest things that we hear from you as the members is that you just want to be told what it is that you can do to improve your credit, right? So we see an opportunity with AI. I'm sure if you're on Twitter, I'm sure if you've seen the news, ChatGPT, there's been, you know, the 5 p.m. news that's done stories about this, right? Mm-hmm. Where we believe that AI can actually be a driver to help you negotiate down debt that you may owe, or give you advice on what you should do next. So keep an eye out on this for the next couple of months, where we're going to be introducing AI into our solution offering to make your life easier so that your recovery is much, much easier too. So we're really excited about where this is going. The advancements are huge, and it has a direct implication to you. It's not just something that's out there now. We're bringing it into the app so that you can help, it can help you recover.
Yeah, and it blows my mind how technology can work for us. And I'm so grateful that, again, you guys as a team of developers are on the cutting edge of making these solutions work for us. Because, again, like, there is such a mountain to be climbed in this journey. And the more that we can optimize these processes, the more that I have hope and the more that I can breathe easy. And I know that so many of our users would echo that sentiment too.
Absolutely.
I'm taking this time just for another second to urge you to send some questions in the chat. We will be getting to that time in just about 2 minutes. So if you have questions for our founder and CEO, send them in the chat. We see a few rolling through on both platforms, Facebook and YouTube already. So thanks to those of you that have sent them. We can't wait to tackle it, but don't miss your chance. Blesson, before we roll into the Q&A though, I just want to ask you personally, like, let's have some fun. When you think about your personal desires for the coming year, right? Like as an individual, beyond the CEO, beyond the founder, and someone who's great with ones and zeros.
Yeah.
What are some things that you want to tackle this year?
Yeah, one of my biggest goals is, I'll say it out front, I'm not a great writer, so I want to write more. You know, they always say, right, like, go after what you're weakest at, so I want to write a lot more so that I strengthen that. I'm better at, you know, even speaking by writing.
Yeah.
So that's a goal of mine.
Yeah. Dude, I love that. It is a muscle to build, and it's humbling. I used to watch this cartoon, and one of the lines from it has always stuck with me. Like, the first step, like, to being really good at something is actually really sucking at something. And so, like, give yourself the permission to suck in the new year too, right?
Yeah.
I love that, and I love how that, again, could possibly serve people all over as you're blogging, as you, right, are finding personal platforms to share that with the world. Dude, I feel like in the coming year, I have been thinking a lot, and I just got married, so that's like a whole new world for me. Thinking about how to grow, like, one, as a husband, but then two, like, as someone who wants to provide and, like, consider my finances. How do I tackle which goals? And I know that a lot of people here probably are wondering, so I'll start off the Q&A and then we'll transition into some of what we've got. Like, how do I break down my goals when it feels like a mountain? Like, what are some strategies that you have, right? If I want to have a mortgage, okay, that's crazy at the rate on the market. What is something that I could do to make that feel like, okay, one step in the right direction?
Yeah, so speaking of writing stuff down, right, I think number one is writing down your goal is a key part of it. Second thing is, specifically with something like a mortgage, you want to set a goal of saying, what type of a house do you want to purchase? How much do you want to spend on it? How much money are you going to need down to actually purchase that home? And then really putting a range to it is another secondary tip. How hard is it whenever we set up goals where we say that we're going to go and, you know, lose 20 pounds this month, and we don't hit the 20 pounds, we hit 10 pounds. Now, it doesn't seem like we hit our goal, right? But if you set up a range and say that I'm going to lose between 10 and 15 pounds, like, now you have a range that you can kind of fit into. So I would say two pieces of advice as you're setting goals is everything that you said at the beginning, but also write down your goals and then set ranges for your goals.
I love that. Yeah, and it feels like in setting a range, you're giving yourself the permission to. It's not like a win or a lose. It's like a win or you win big. And so that's really cool with our finances. I'm just conferring with the YouTube chat here. We've got a couple fun usernames around here, and we've got a couple fun comments from people. One, we want to acknowledge our friend Suzette here. She said she saw her credit score go up, and she is really excited. And so I think that's so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats, Suzette.
Yeah, for real. Anytime that you can take those steps and see progress big and small, keep the momentum, Suzette. That's amazing. We have Butterfly Angel, who says her goal for the year is to save money and to, again, like, work towards having a safety net.
Can I give a quick advice on that too? So one of the goals that you could, or one of the ways to actually quickly save money, and I can tell you how I did it, was go into your banking account and look at all of your transactions. So this means bring up your credit card, look at your banking transactions, and look at every single transaction that you've had. And take a look at all the transactions under $25. I'm willing to bet you that you're spending a couple $100 every single month on transactions under $25, and usually those are the, hey, I'm gonna go buy the Gatorade or the coffee from the gas station, or it's the Starbucks purchases, or it's the fast food purchases, right? If you can try to go and get those items cut by 30% or even half, that's money back in your pocket, and that's a quick way to save money. And I'm only telling you this because I've done it in my own personal life where I looked at it and I was like, I cannot believe that I was spending, $300 a month on transactions less than $25.
Dude, and it's such a joke because those are always the ones where I'm like, oh, this doesn't,
Doesn't
it's
add
just
up.
$7 at
Yeah,
Chipotle.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, it doesn't add up.
It's like, dude, if I would just learn how to pack a freaking lunch.
But I mean, the goal there is too, Carson. I mean, like to
Yeah.
save, you don't need to cut out everything in your life, right? But if you can cut out little things,
Yeah.
where it's just a little bit, that can go a long way towards hitting your savings goal. So hopefully that helps. It definitely helped me.
I love that, man. It's a really practical place to start. Jessica wants to know, how does she remove late payments from her reports?
Yeah, so late payments are can really have a bad effect on your credit score. So the easiest way to do it is, if you're caught up on your late payments now, is to write what's called a goodwill letter. And if you're on the YouTube channel, we actually did an entire video on this. So check it out. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and then that's my little plug. But we did an entire video on how to write a goodwill letter, and we've actually provided all of those resources on our website. So check that out.
Yeah, I love that page. You can get there right from the homepage. And I, like, again, as a user of the app, have explored that and found immense value. And so, again, like, of course I'm biased because I get to sit here in this seat.
Yeah.
But I also think practically I'm just really impressed with how much work you guys have done there and how the catalog continues to grow. So wherever you are in that journey, don't miss out. Those are free tools. Those are $0, and they will help you, again, get on the right foot. One more from the chat here. Challenge Monkey wants to know, why didn't my credit score go up after I paid off my collection accounts?
So why didn't my credit score go up after I paid off my collections account? Well, the question I would have for Challenge Monkey is, did you negotiate with your collector and let them know that if you paid it off, they would remove that item from your credit report? If you didn't, that's probably the reason why. Now, there's still an opportunity for you if you've paid off that debt, where you can reach back out to them and ask them to go and remove that item from your credit report.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing, is if you have a collections account that you're ready to pay off, the one piece of advice that I would tell you is make sure you negotiate what's called a pay to delete. Again, just another plug, go to our YouTube channel. We've got an entire video on it, and we've provided the templates for free on our website too, and in that video too, for you to utilize. So if you're ready to pay down some debt that's in collections or in a charged off status, make sure you do a pay to delete before you go and pay off the amount.
Awesome. Dude, there are so many, I guess, intricacies to this process that I feel are so easy to miss out. I love, again, that you guys are making it super cut and dry because, yeah, it feels like a language of its own if you don't have the tools.
Yep.
So the last thing is, Butterfly Angel wants to know, how do you remove hard inquiries?
Yep. So a hard inquiry, Butterfly Angel, is exactly like what you would do on the collection side, where you can send in a dispute for those hard inquiries. Again, we've put resources available for you for free on our website, so you can download those templates. It's also now available within the app for you to utilize too. The one thing that I would say is, with those hard inquiries, it actually has a lower impact on your credit score.
Yeah.
So if you need that immediately removed because it's an item, or the dispute item is hurting your credit score, and you're trying to get approved for that car or that house immediately, then yeah, file that dispute. But if you're not going to be looking for that new car or purchasing that new home in the next 4 months, I would say let it kind of roll off, because the impact that a hard inquiry has on your credit score after 4 months goes down tremendously. So you'll actually see your credit score bounce back up over a period of time. Now, having said that, remember though, that hard inquiry is still going to be reported on your credit report. It just won't have an impact on your score. So it really depends on whether or not it is something that you're trying to get approved for immediately. So are you trying to get a new loan? Are you trying to get that new home? Then you should try to get that hard inquiry off. If not, maybe the best strategy is sometimes just wait it out, and it'll come off in about 4 months.
Okay. No, that's amazing. And I think I would encourage, each and every one of you, wherever you're at in the process, follow us on social media as well at cambio.money. I don't have anything to do with the creation of that content, but I will say the team that creates it, they have you in mind. They want to provide consistent, again, resources that will just show up in the middle of your feed. And in addition, like sometimes the stuff is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that that team is creating over there. And so whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, it's at cambio.money. And all of the platforms have unique content, some longer form and some shorter form. So whatever you're looking for, there's something for you. Again, this is just kind of the beginning of the wealth of knowledge that CAMBIO has begun to curate on behalf of, again, those of you watching at home right now. So thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for going on the journey. Do you have any other words of wisdom before we move into the reason we're all here, which is the winners? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I guess my final thought is, so one thing, you started off with, hey, 92% of folks have probably missed their goal for this year already, their New Year's resolution. Yep. If you're one of those individuals, don't give up. Yep. You know, I think the biggest thing is, if you're struggling with your finances, there are tools available for you. We happen to be one of those tools, right? But just because you may have missed out on it now, don't give up. Again, staying consistent is the best way to accomplish a goal. Mm-hmm. So even if you've kind of fallen down, get back up and try again.
Yeah, I love that. I don't really have any clever segue into, like, I was getting ready to, like, do some big thing. Yeah. But the reality is, you guys are eager to see it. I think we're as eager to see it. Yeah. And so without further ado, our winners for January 2023.
I can't wait.
CAMBIO raffle. Let's check it out. Samantha B, starting us off in Hoosierland, Indiana. Congratulations. Anthony R in Rhode Island. We're excited for you. And last, Craig R, our big winner from Georgia.
Congrats.
Yeah, for real. That deserves a round of applause. And as you guys start your new year, we hope that is the momentum that you need to go forward and start the year crushing your goals. And do you have a word to those of you who didn't win? You're not losers.
No.
But you just didn't win this time. And so what do you think about that?
Yeah, so a couple words of wisdom around that, I guess. One is, remember, you can continue to earn raffle tickets by doing the right things financially. So go into the app, check out how you can earn more raffle tickets, and we're releasing more ways for you to actually earn those. Second thing that I'm excited about is we actually just released a weekly raffle drawing where it's a smaller dollar amount, but it can certainly help you, right? So check those out. There's more ways to win. So those are the two most encouraging points that I can have is, again, even if you didn't win this month, there's another drawing next month, and there's another drawing next week. So continue to earn those raffle tickets.
Yeah, and I would argue that the real value of these moments is time with you. And the money is just above and beyond.
I love it.
I mean, you are the gift.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But for real, thank you for your time, as always. To those of you joining us wherever you are, we appreciate you. We know that your time is valuable, and we hope that some time with the CEO himself has been helpful. Tell your friends, refer some people. I think you can earn tickets for that even. And then we'll see you back here next month, crossing our fingers that you are our next big winner. Happy New Year, everyone, and start strong.
Happy New Year.